Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly, and I've got a good one for you today because I am in Corona del Mar. I've talked a lot about having that spot that you go to. It's peaceful, you can relax, and this is a spot I've actually come to for about 25 years. These benches here at the top of the hill above Bayside Drive sit right on the bay. Get a little glimpse of the bay. Sits above this park, very peaceful around this nice neighborhood, inland, a few hundred yards from the ocean. But I want to talk about it's better to live ready than to get ready. And so much is happening right now that people need to get themselves ready for what's happening in the economy, natural disasters, everything. You know, we talked recently about things like even earthquakes and hurricanes and getting ready. Well, what about these people that have just been destroyed by this oil spill? You know, and again, you can't prepare for that, okay? We all know that, but it's absolutely destroyed so many people in the community. The first lawsuit was just filed, a federal lawsuit over this, and there's going to be dozens more. But as I walk through the coast, show you some of the cleanup. Right now I'm in a park above Corona del Mar, and I'm about 8.5 miles from where the spill happened as far as the pier is concerned. Please take a second, hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, share this with all your friends and colleagues, and let's get into it because there's a lot to talk about, a lot going on in the community, a lot going on with the economy nationally. It's absolutely crazy out there. There is so much going on with hiring people right now that there is a McDonald's franchisee trying to find the actual location of this because I just had pictures sent to me that reached out to McDonald's corporate and said, hey, listen, I want to raise the wage that I pay the staff here. And they said, oh, we have recommended wages, but you're allowed to dictate your own wage. So the owner of this franchise, $31 an hour to go work at McDonald's. Okay? Guys, that's absolutely crazy. $31 to flip burgers. Okay? But that's how desperate this guy is to get people there. He knows what it takes to run his businesses, and I'm dying to find this place, so I'll find it. But the other one is Cane's. Cane's is a place that sells chicken fingers, which I don't like the place. I think it's greasy, but the kids love it. Cane's just announced yesterday for their corporate staff here in California, there's 21 locations here in Southern California, that the corporate staff at the corporate office has to go work inside of the Cane stores. So they will be over the fryer, they will be taking orders, they will be out of the office, and they will be working because there are franchisees that are short-staffed. So it's kind of great that they're making these people work in the stores. So it's gonna be interesting. But we're seeing so many places right now have incentives for hiring, pricing, everything with just fast food alone. If you've seen anything like that, please share your thoughts because you're seeing the $50 bonus. You're seeing things like that all over the place, but you're starting to see major changes and major cracks. People are not going back to work at these places and they don't want to answer the call. There are absolutely, hundreds of fast food places between here and my house, and they all have a help wanted sign on them, every single one of them. So, share your thoughts on that. If you've seen this, if you know where this McDonald's is at that's paying $31, I think it's crazy, but that's the sign of the times. And long story short, this was 25 years ago, Taco Bell, when they were bought by Pepsi, whenever that was, they took executives and said, hey, do you want to work for Pepsi Cola? Come work for Pepsi Cola. And they placed these executives in Kentucky Fried Chicken to work the stores. You work for Pepsi, you work for Kentucky Fried Chicken. So they did that. They paid them $32 grand a year, and they were working in the restaurants. So share your thoughts on this stuff. You think it's going to work with Cane's? I think it's absolutely crazy right now that these places are having such a difficult time. I mean, why not go to the high schools? Why not recruit that way? That you just, but anyways, share your thoughts. So many people are worried about inflation that now it's going to governments. And the government of Poland has just announced that they're going to buy in 2022 100 tons of gold for their central bank. That's a lot, okay? But as I started to research this, Brazil's doing it, Thailand's buying gold, so is Hungary, okay? So they're concerned about inflation, they're concerned about having something stable that's been around, and precious metals they think is the key for them. Now, Bitcoin, with the filming of this video, is at $55,000 per Bitcoin. There is craziness with how things have spiked in these cryptocurrencies in the last day. And you're seeing things like Dogecoin go up, that Shiba Inu, which again, Shiba Inu had a decimal point, 5 zeros, and a number per coin. And now it's gone up, you know, over 100% in the last 24 hours. And they're questioning if Shiba Inu will be the next Dogecoin. And are you guys invested in this stuff? Do you have any money put in this? I'm curious to that, because, you know, this is going to be one of those things that they're going to talk about where it's going to be put 50 bucks in and make yourself, you know, 250,000. So share your thoughts on this. Do you find it interesting that these governments are starting to put these money into gold and precious metals? I wonder if they'll try to do it with silver. Please share your thoughts on this. I really want to know what you guys think about this. This is Corona del Mar, and that is the entrance to Newport Bay right there. Now guys, the disturbing part of this is that this is 8 miles from where the oil spill was first pointed out, and it's already seeped down here. So this has just caused a ton of damage. They have no idea when the beaches are going to open again. And again, beautiful sunny day, a little breezy, but nice. But people should be out here. And you would just see people, you know, you got some people straggling. They're not supposed to be out here, and they're walking on the beach. But it's really sad. But you can see up against this, the oil that's right there. So it's sad. Our Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, is at it again. She wants the debt ceiling raised. And she is using the word recession. And she says, if we don't get this raised, we're going to go into a recession. I'm sorry. I think that we are in a depression right now. I think that this is, you know, stagflation is happening. The economy is not growing. Yeah, you've got real estate pockets, and somebody sent me an article from North Carolina, how it's booming in North Carolina. Things are not just going to crash universally. It's not going to crash all over the place, but, you know, restaurants are suffering. There are more vacancies in Manhattan and New York City right now than in 25 years right now. And it's based on the economy. The restaurants are going out of business left and right because they can't get people to go to the restaurants. We're supposed to believe that we could enter a recession. I was at a Walmart yesterday that had empty shelves. It had problems with getting product to the stores right now. So this big threat of a recession, to me, is ridiculous. I think that we are in basically depressionary times right now. I really do. I really, really do. If you don't need it, don't buy it. If you can get rid of it, sell it right now, okay? And again, it doesn't mean sell your house if you can afford it and you've lived there a long time and the payment's cheap. But again, if you look at people like Scott Walters, I love this guy because what's happening on his watch is he's seeing people that have high-end houses, $1.6 million, $1.7 million in the Santa Barbara area that are unloading the houses and going to rent. They're going to be the smartest people in the world in 15, 16, 18 months. They're going to be absolute geniuses. But these other people that are buying right now, buying $1 million house at the top of the market, I think that they are absolutely crazy right now. But again, if we don't raise the debt ceiling, we may enter a recession. There are so much vacancies in this wealthy community that I'm at between here and the freeway that hundreds, okay? And again, this is supposed to be the good spot. This is, you know, fantasy land down here. Prepping, you know, it's you need to prepare right now for what could happen. There's been enough warnings. And again, it is tragic with this oil spill what's happened. The crowd for the air show, I spoke to the people that sold the merchandise for the air show. Hey, was it good? Did you sell out? You know, that you've been to these events and they print the logo on it and all that stuff. And they said that between Friday and Saturday, they had their largest crowds ever at the air show. In the history of the air show, they had their largest crowd. They had over 1 million people. They thought that there would have been 1 million people on the beach on Sunday if they would not have had the oil spill. So with these lawsuits and everything that's coming out, our district attorney in Orange County, Todd Spitzer, is going to ruin somebody's life. And rightfully so, because this guy is furious for the community, he's furious for the businesses, everything. You finally get a leg up, and this happens by no fault of their own, but by the negligence of one of these companies. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. But guys, are you worried about a recession? Okay, I think we're in it, guys. I really do. Okay, share your thoughts, please. I want to know what you think about this. One thing that's very interesting is the banks, community banks, smaller banks around the country are starting to rally their customers against this proposed $600 proposal to get at your financial records. The IRS has proposed through the latest infrastructure bill that if you have transactions in a day over $600, they would report that to the IRS. Now, this is normally done with cash transactions over $10,000 in the bank, out of the bank, whatever. They normally do that. Well, this is starting to get smaller banks. They're doing Facebook posts. They're doing Instagram. And again, banks in Oklahoma. You're not seeing this from the big banks. You're seeing this from the smaller banks, which again, this is what you should look for. You should look for a community bank. You should look for credit unions, people that are going to respect you, people that are going to thank you for being there, regardless of if you have $10 million in the bank, because not everybody has that. So, you know, people are fighting this. People are fed up with it. I just walked down the stairs, is Corona Del Mar State Beach. And if you ever get a chance to come down here, you guys have seen me up on top of the hill a bunch of times with all that expensive real estate. And look at this freaking house right here. Whoa, hello, you know. But this place is beautiful because you've got, you know, places to sit, picnics. You know, the beach is closed right now. You're not supposed to be down here, at least to park your car, that is, and go out in the water. So with the oil spill, they've got everybody off of here. But, you know, guys, the IRS has a myriad of information on you. If you earn any interest, if you get over $10 a year in interest, they're going to be reported about your earnings. But this would just report everybody. Now, the big problem and the big, you know, reveal today is that this could be used for political tactics. So if somebody doesn't like somebody's political beliefs, you know, they could use this type of thing against them, which is terrible, guys. You know, I'm telling you, not everybody likes the Yankees. Not everybody likes the Boston Red Sox. But we live in a world where they're both together. You know what I mean? So you just got to get along. And it's just crazy that this is how people have to live right now. That there's just this absolute continued lunacy. Now, we're going to walk down here. Just bear with me for a second, because the jetty is closed right now, but they've got the markers, and these are the guides that pick up all the excess oil right now. This looks pretty clean right now. That white thing that you see right there, that's super absorbent. It picks up all the crap, all the oil, and everything that could be left out. Now this is the second one in, so you'd have to get past the first one to get to this one. So most likely this is closed to all boating traffic. Apple, the world's most valuable company, is struggling to get into something that they thought they were just going to slay. They thought that they were going to come to the healthcare industry and completely turn it upside down. Being in the med tech industry, I was curious about this and what they thought they were going to do 5 years ago. When the Apple Watch had its advances to have the EKG on it and different things, it was a step in the right direction. But they get so much information from us right now that they really thought that they were just going to flip a switch and have them be healthcare leaders. It just hasn't worked out. They've had a ton of internal problems getting this set up. And oh wow, there's a ton of people cleaning up the beach over there, guys. Oh, this is okay. There's guys in hazmat suits, so we'll go down there. But again, this has been a complete disaster for Apple. There are hundreds of people that work at Apple in the healthcare space. And again, your data is what's valuable, okay? In my med tech company, having my directory and having people sign up for it, that's an executive here, and the email address and the phone numbers, that's valuable to people. That is extremely valuable to people. Well, Apple wants to create technologies, how you'd visit the doctor, and what you do with your healthcare, how you work on diabetes, how you have, how you visit, doctors and medicine and everything. It just hasn't worked out. Do you think that this is the future of medicine? Do you think that Apple, are you relying on Apple as your doctor in the future? Do you think that that's going to come forward and be something? Now, again, all these companies want to be everything to us, so they get all of our dollars. That's how it is. But I just don't see Apple as the company to do it right now. And again, they're floundering at this right now. So share your thoughts at this. Do you work at Apple? Would you like to tell me how fantastic it's going? So I'm gonna walk on the sand right now, guys, and take a look at these cats in their hazmat suits and see what they're picking up. Way in the background, guys, but let's go walk over there. Got the seagulls out here. Notice, guys, the healthy ones, as you walk by them. This is an absolute tragedy. The beach I'm walking on is such a cool beach because it's really known for small waves, big family area that you can hang out and walk around in. But now they've got the oil spill to contend with. And the cleanup crews are out here. But guys, 8 miles away from where the other place was. So this is absolutely unbelievable. But these guys are picking up oil and separating it. But see the difference, guys? See the difference with the seagulls? You walk by the seagulls, but hang on a second. I got thrown off the beach, so needless to say, I have to walk back. I'm gonna a little more footage for you guys before I go back. So they're cleaning up the oil. Hey, buddy. What are you on? So they've got a large staging area. Got it pretty much under control here at Corona Del Mar. This is a nice place to visit. It's got the park, it's got beach right there. But one thing that is just multiplying during all of this is the container ships out there. It is estimated that there are over 500,000 container ships out there. The stats are just crazy, okay? And that is this. There are 12 million metric tons of goods on those boats. 12 million metric tons. I can't even add that up, it's so much. Some of these boats are what they call mega carriers. There is one boat out there that's waiting, gonna wait for days, if not weeks, and it carries 16,000 of those 20-foot containers. That's crazy, guys. That is unbelievable. In the last 5 years, some of these boats have doubled in size, and that's been the real problem that they've been running into with getting them unloaded. The port's talking about adding more hours. Believe it or not, they don't work 24 hours a day out there, which is crazy. But people climb on these rocks. It's just a beautiful spot to be around. And normally there's a ton of people out here, and there's nobody out here today. So I really want your opinion on this one, and that is that the Biden administration has just announced $1.74 billion in student loan forgiveness to 22,000 students. Now, there's a public student, if you are a public employee, you can be eligible to get these loan forgiveness on your student loan debt. The first batch is 22,000 people that had $1.74 billion in student loan debt could potentially be forgiven. There's another 55,000 people that are available right away, and up to 550,000 people overall that could be getting these loans forgiven. In the first batch, think about this number. The average person has $79,000 in student loan debt. $79,000. Unbelievable. But hey, strike of a pen, you don't have to pay it. So share your thoughts, guys. This is very cool. This is Little Corona. They got a staircase down here now, and this leads right to the bay, which you definitely should not go in today because of the lovely oil. So share your thoughts on this, guys. Do you know any public employee that could be getting their student loans, forgiven? Share your thoughts, guys. The cops are here now, so okay, share your thoughts. What happens if we default and the debt ceiling doesn't get raised, and the treasuries don't get paid? Who's going to pay for those? Well, the Fed has already announced that they will buy all of those, and that they've been authorized to make those payments. So again, they can print money, they can buy whatever they want, they do buy whatever they want, and tell their friends and neighbors, and you and I don't get to hear about it in advance, but that's what is happening right now. So is there really anything to worry about? Is it going to crash? They're not going to let it crash? What do you guys think about this? The last story is this, and that we have a really big smell of 2008 all over again. And that is that the high-end pool builders that are out there that build the infinity pools, that's the pool on the edge of a hill, cuts off, basically you're swimming off into infinity. Anyways, there are high-end pool builders out there that get up to $500,000 to build a pool. And they say business has never been better. The low-end people that do $100,000 projects to $200,000 projects, they're about 6 months to a year out. But the 100,000 to 500,000 people, they're pushing away clients. If you don't have money up front, if you don't have a specific plan for your project, c'est la vie, not gonna deal with you. These projects are delayed up to 2 years right now because they can't get all the materials, but who cares? But there's one pool builder from the story that I included below. This guy's got $49 million in backed up orders. $49 million. So it's crazy. I just think that, again, we saw a lot of high-end remodeling in 2008, and people didn't get stuff finished. It just smells like that again, guys, to me. So please share your thoughts. Please don't forget the like button. Please share this with all your friends and colleagues, and join our email list. If you want more access to me, join the Patreon, and I will see you guys soon. Onward and upward, and remember, be ready, guys. You'd rather be ready than have to get ready. So use that advice. It was given to me and it's solid advice. Good luck.